Jeanne DeFazio has gathered up the testimonies of numerous Christian leaders and organizers and writers on three major disasters of 2020. The pandemic of the coronavirus that began in 2019 and affected the whole world. The wildfires that began in California and reached across the West. And the racial violence that affected African and Asian Americans. She is calling us to be a voice for those who cannot always speak for themselves. In the commission, she cites two blogs that I wrote, to which Bill, my husband, contributed suggestions called Applying Biblical Truths Today, entitled Responding to Floyd Killing and Whose Fault is the Virus? I asked, what can Christians say from a biblical perspective about the current coronavirus pandemic? Jesus gives us a place to start in Luke 13:1-5. He mentions two catastrophes that occurred in Jerusalem in the first century. Pilate killed some Galileans who were offering sacrifices at the temple, and the Tower of Siloam fell and killed 18 people nearby. Jesus told his listeners, do not think that those who died were worse sinners than you. Don't think you're any better. Innocent people died. Don't assume we're all being punished by God. Disasters occur in a fallen world. We will all die, but are we ready to face our Maker and Judge? Jesus said we need to prepare for our own death by repenting now. We gave some suggestions of what we found helpful, action steps. In the commission, you will read eyewitness accounts with many thoughtful suggestions for us all to consider.
Jeanne DeFazio is a Renaissance woman interested in everything. As her multicultural team reflects on the three catastrophes, in a way, the wildfires that smolder and suddenly break into flames images the other two disasters, the mutated plague that rapidly engulfed the globe, and the ethnic violence that surges up from the substructures of culture. Ours is a world in jeopardy. As her writers reveal, we readers need to work together with God as God reconciles our world to the ideals of heaven. The commission is a visceral, real, hard-hitting, and yet uplifting book, which makes an important, humane statement everyone should take the time to read and consider carefully.
Reverend Dr. William David Spencer, Distinguished Adjunct Professor, Gordon Conwell Theological Seminary, Boston Campus for Urban Ministerial Education, and with his wife, co-edited Christian Egalitarian Leadership, Empowering the Whole Church According to the Scriptures.
Reverend Dr. Aida William Spencer is Senior Professor of New Testament at Gordon Conwell Theological Seminary. She and her husband co-wrote Joy Through the Night, Biblical Resources on Suffering, and co-authored Applying Biblical Truths Today, their blog, at anwspencer.com. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the commission.